do you find that balance using the three of them and staggering them in different capacities where they're getting touches and they're also just
Well, again, I think it's, our offense being unselfish, period. And guys just making the right play over and over again. You take advantage of whatever the defense gives you. And if you take advantage of whatever the defense gives you, it's going to present opportunities for everybody. Not to say that we're always an equal opportunity offense, but for the majority of the game, our offense should feel that way. And then again, when needed, we can kind of control the ball and dictate where we want it to go.
Last year, Kevin's role obviously changed, coming off the bench and playing fewer minutes. How do you envision his roles this year? Similarities, anything changing about his role?
I don't think so. I think, he's comfortable there. One of the things that we wanted to do was try to make him or allow him to play as many games as he could. Besides the bout with COVID, he played in every single game. So I think we found some success, and we know how impactful he can be when he's on the floor.
Donovan talked to us a lot yesterday about how the ultimate goal for him this year is to show what he can do as a defender. Have you noticed him have extra attention on that and just at least break that extra?
Yeah, you watch, especially, in the breakdowns and then you transfer into the live stuff. You watch a guy compete on screen, and you can tell, if a guy just dives on the screen or if he's being physical and fighting through the screens. So you've definitely seen, his interest in that end of the floor. But, again, it's a part of our culture, and it's a fun thing to watch guys embrace that and know that they don't want to be the guy that's letting everybody down.
It's early, obviously, but you've talked about Karras, and Kobe talked about Karras as well. How different do you expect this year's version of Karras to be than the guy that we saw for the final 2 months last year?
If it goes off of what we've seen so far, I expect it to be a big difference. He's been really, really good on both ends of the ball. He's creating for others. He's finding his ways to score. He's really defending well. So if this is, the version of what we're going to see when the season starts, I think we'll all be pleased.
Why do you think there would be such a drastic change?
I think he's comfortable, for one. It's unfair in my mind to judge him on what we saw last year, right? The trade is always difficult. Finding where you fit with a new team is difficult, and then you throw in the injuries, and there was never really a consistent run for him. So he's a very good basketball player. We believe that wholeheartedly, and he just got to have an opportunity to go show it, and we think he will this year.
What did you see from him this summer? I know because he's out in Vegas with you guys and everything, but just like his summer work to, one, being healthy, and then just the work out there.
Yeah, first he had to, get healthy.
Yeah.
And I think he did a great job with his rehab and all that. But then you see the commitment, and I let him talk more about it. But he changed his diet. You watch all the conditioning stuff that we've done, and he's always towards the front of all the conditioning stuff. You watch how hard he's moving and cutting and all those things. He's in great shape, and I think he's set a precedent in his mind of I've got to be there in order to be as impactful as he can be. But you can see he's one of the best conditioned guys already.
Knowing all three of their strengths, I know you said there's opportunity for Karras to get that free position, but having all three of those guys on the floor at the same time, they're really strong with the ball in their hands. So, from Karras, particularly off the ball, what do you think he could do well with that group right there?
He can make spot shots, which automatically creates separation. He can beat his man off the bounce. So if they want to close out to him, he's already got an advantage. If he's in a situation where teams want to switch, he's already, at an advantage. And I think his reputation as a scorer brings a ton of gravity. So even if he's just standing on the corner or standing in the slot, very few times will you see his man just leave him to go help. So that's going to open up the floor for everybody else. And then, you're picking your poison with where you're deciding to help from, and we're allowed to create some pretty advantageous situations.
JB, does the level of familiarity that you have and consistency that you have with the coaching staff, with the roster, does it allow you to approach coaching in a different kind of way this year than you have early in the stages of this rebuild?
Well, what's I feel is, best about it is now all the coaches are speaking the same language. And so our conversations with the players are the same conversations. It may seem like small things, but our terminology now translates from all the coaches through all the players. So when you're teaching things or you're having conversations, if you come from Utah and then from Sacramento and then from Memphis or whatever it may be, simple things are all called different things. So being able to be in a place long enough where everybody can speak the same language, it helps for sure.
How long does it take for everyone to be able to speak the same language?
We've been here 3 years now. About that.
Last question.
All right, appreciate you guys.
Thank you.